When Liverpool signed him during Jurgen Klopp era, everybody thought that he would replace Henderson. But during Arne Slot's era, especially when they signed Florian Wirtz, all the social media narrative was like Szoboszlai out, Florian Wirtz in, especially with the high expectation and the high fee that Florian Wirtz came in. But Arne Slot had other plans for Dominik Szoboszlai. He was able to transform Dominik Szoboszlai from a midfielder to a joker. What I mean by a joker, he played as a right back and a right winger and other places. The only place that he didn't play is center back and goalkeeper. Even during Liverpool's rough season, Szoboszlai's floor remained elite. He has patched up the right back spot not because he's a defender, but because his positional intelligence and unselfish movement are high enough to save the team structure. In this video, we're gonna dive in about Dominik Szoboszlai's ability and his features. Therefore, let's dive in. One of the best features that Szoboszlai has is verticality and excelling in zone 14. What I mean by this, he exploits spaces outside the box. Look at this example when Salah was carrying the ball, how he was acting around Salah. Instead of crowding the box, Szoboszlai maintains his spacing on the edge, receives, cuts, and strikes. By staying outside the box, he avoids being lost in the center back's markers. He provides a secondary shooting threat that forces the opponent's midfield to stay deep, creating a 5-yard buffer zone for Liverpool's attack. And this is quite intelligent from Szoboszlai. And let's not forget that he excels with shootings. We've seen him scoring from outside the box numerous times. His verticality excels when he carries the ball from the right back to the central midfield. When he does that, he creates a confusion in the opponent's back line. They don't know whether they stay at their position or they should go and tackle him. And this gives an opportunity for other attackers to run behind the spaces that's created. And here where his feature shines. And this one of the reasons Arne Slot plays him as a right back. I want to thank you for being here. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That would help us a lot and would allow us to bring more value to you. And thank you. And the second feature is his vision and his passes. Wow. I talked about this in the episode Why Midfielders Are Fullbacks. And in that episode, I talked about Szoboszlai with his diagonal passes and how he excels. But this time, I want to talk about his vision, especially with his vertical passes that breaks the lines. Here we can see how Szoboszlai sends a through pass that breaks the line. And you could tell how he identifies the space, which is tight, and releases a throw ball that bypasses defenders close to each other. This is a trigger. And his through passes ain't easy. They break down any defensive block, especially during transition. Look at this through pass delivered during the transition. Notice the weight of the ball, perfectly timed for the runner's stride. Most players need to slow down to find a killer pass, but Szoboszlai can execute at top speed, meaning the defense has zero time to readjust during the transition. And this is a killer point. The third feature that Szoboszlai excels with is playing in the half spaces. Szoboszlai excels doing this, especially when he plays as a right back and plays with Mo Salah. So basically what happens when Mo Salah takes the right flank wide, Szoboszlai runs into the half space and cut between the defenders to receive the ball. And he does it very fast. This helps the team to create a dangerous chance and cross it to the attacker. And most of the time, score goals. And in other times, what he does, he goes to the opposite side and chooses the place where the opponent defensive line cannot see him, which means he puts himself in a blind spot. Here we can see Salah has the ball on the flank. You can count there is 6 defenders. All are looking at Mo Salah. Szoboszlai identifies the mental load on the defense and begins a run into the box. He isn't sprinting, he's ghosting. He moves behind the line of sight of the entire defensive unit, reaching a high value zone completely unmarked. This season, Szoboszlai showed his intelligence and showed his talent with shooting, especially with the set pieces. Everybody, after Arnold left, thought that Liverpool cannot score from the set pieces anymore. But with the existence of Szoboszlai, Liverpool scored beautiful goals and were able to get the 3 points through Szoboszlai. These goals forces the opponent to not make mistakes around the 18 yard, even 23 yard, because there is a player who can convert these free kicks to a goal. Especially he is maintaining 30% conversion rate. Wow, 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 wow. What a player, what a player. Beside that, these goals forces the opponent to defend deep and allow Liverpool to create more chances. Szoboszlai doesn't only excels with the set pieces, he has amazing long range shots. This season had more than 21 shots on target from a long range. This gives a Liverpool another opportunity and another way to score, especially that Liverpool struggled this season with the worst performance of Mo Salah and the absence of Isaac for a long time. Beside his attacking quality, Szoboszlai is wonderful with his defensive qualities. That's why Arne Slot chose to play him as a right back, especially when Frembong and Bradley weren't available. His build up from the back was one of the reasons, because he could replace a little bit Arnold with the build up from the right side. But more importantly, Arne Slot loved the physicality and the defensive grit that Szoboszlai feature. Szoboszlai triggers the high press, sprinting directly at the goalkeeper to force a panicked clearance. He doesn't just run, he curves his run to block the short passing lane. He funnels the keeper toward the touchline where Liverpool has a pressing trap waiting. Besides his high rate work defensively during the high press, Szoboszlai is quite intelligent with anticipating the ball, especially when he plays as a right back. He is wonderful with clearance. He as well knows how to play man to man against the opponent. But the question here, do you think the best place for Szoboszlai is to play as a right back? In my opinion, I don't think the best place for him is a right back. But what I think he would be wonderful as a double pivot with Gravenberg. Why? Because he's impressive with the high press and he got that physicality. Therefore, maybe next season you'd see him play as a double pivot, or he would play as a right winger like he does nowadays, especially with Salah being on the bench. With this, I will leave you with this question. Do you think that the right back is the perfect place for him, or he's better in other position? Please leave your answer in the comment. I'm really eager to read them. With this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and peace!